Namaste, beautiful souls. Thank you for your patience this morning. Welcome to my channel. I am here. This is a series of readings in which I have been reviewing the tarot card of the readings that I did at the end of last year. And so if you if you did the numerological calculations to find your tarot card and have been working with this energy for the year, the intention here is to come back and to review and reflect. And I've been doing this for each of the cards, and today we have the final two, the Hierophant and the Lovers. So for those of you that have been joining me through the series, both in December and this month, thank you so much for your support, your feedback, your comments. They mean the world to me. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sadhana, and I'm an intuitive reader, healer, and I work privately with clients, primarily coaching them through life's greatest challenges. And some people I've been working with for years, and others they sort of pass through over a few months, and all these connections are really beautiful. I also love teaching tarot and offer all kinds of tarot classes, so please be sure to check out my work. Everything is linked below in the description box. The Hierophant also is a card for Taurus. So if Taurus is one of your signs, this reading may also resonate in regards to your work for this year. Also, if you have a life path 5. We also look at numerological reductions, associations in the tarot. So this may very well connect with temperance. There might be something for other earth signs as well here. This is a pretty rich reading, and the Hierophant is the first earth sign in the zodiacal year. It is one that, well, it's ruled by Venus. It has a real sense of fullness to it. This is, in a sense, has a very Earth Mother kind of energy. It's really grounded. And while the Hierophant has associations with spirituality and religion, the dogma of it as well too, the Earth element really connects and brings all of this together. And today, I'm not going to teach you about the myriad of associations of the Hierophant, but really look into what this particular message is. And these are the same cards that were drawn in December, and just kind of looking at them through a new eye. And as well, I will draw another supporting card for you. Okay. For me, one of the clearest messages, and I'm also seeing it in the sun. It's not the sun, it's the amulet. It's the amulet in the tulku. All right, so the clearest symbol here is the Hierophant in the center of this card. And then if you look to the Ace of Coins, to the person in the distance, either walking towards us or walking away. Some people see it as a keyhole. These look like very significant, reflective messages. What do keyholes represent? Right? These are doors that are about to be opened. And in the tulku, that what looks like a sun in the center is actually an amulet. All of these cards in this deck are inspired by amulets that were created by the creator in her metal art through the Chopra Foundation. It's a beautiful story, and if you have enjoyed the cards from this deck, I would highly recommend purchasing this deck to support the work of Carla Rafaxo. Also, the amulet that I wear most of the time is hers, her work. So the key, the opening, and whether it is a keyhole or whether it is a person walking through transformation, through a portal. It's kind of the same message. Something is opening wide here. Something is opening wide. We also have Two of Wands, which is another portal card that opens something up. And then surrounding cards. So we do have a card of challenge in the Five of Feathers. We have, this is the Shaman of Purification. Shamans are earth suit in this deck. Purification is a really interesting keyword to go with the idea of opening doors and new beginnings. Bottom left, we have Four of Cups. And this really does look like a dark night of the soul, framed in protective space. And then the very top left, Golden Palace. I'm going to read you a few of those words from the guidebook. And then we have a hummingbird who's just kind of sitting there and chilling. And I was reflecting on synonyms for languor. The keyword says a hummingbird in languor. And because when I look at this card, I don't really feel that the hummingbird is exhausted. That very, very well may be the case. I mean, think about how hard those little beings beat their wings and the energy that must take. Truly incredible. But there's something about that word also to me that feels like serenity, peace. Maybe there is a place of trust. And I know hummingbirds don't come to a bird feeder too often. Hummingbird feeders they do provide liquid. And just look at those two cards side by side. It's like the Four of Cups is this sacred space from which the hummingbird can drink, maybe a sacred space that you create to connect with the earth element, with Mother Nature's beings. And the hummingbird feels safe there, and you create this temple, this place of safety. The temple above sort of gives that card also a sense of, I don't know, it feels really peaceful and sacred. And perhaps you have created this to help you move through emotion. You know how people have emotional support pets? Well, I think creating space in nature can also do that. It's really quite extraordinary to have many hummingbird feeders and to sit with all these sacred beings flitting around. Sometimes I just take a chair underneath, especially right now, underneath my linden tree, and close my eyes and just listen to the drone of the bees. It's very, very therapeutic. And there's a real flavor of that in this card. And I really spoke towards this theme in December. Perhaps what is opening is your greater connection with the earth element, and how that will be your key to transformation. And for those of you that are Taurians, you'll know. You know this. This is who you are. It's fundamental to your sanity, really. The message, there was a word here that I really wanted to share. It may also indicate, this is the Palace card, Golden Palace. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have. That's kind of a Taurus theme. No matter how the message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are and how authentically you're living your life and how much you're willing to share. So that is also a really important part of peace and harmony with the abundance of Venus, the luxury of Venus, the comfort of Venus, the ability for you to give and to share. Another thing, if you work with the mandala of the astrological correspondences of the Golden Dawn, the Ace of Coins, the aces in general, sit directly above the fixed signs. So the Ace of Coins is in direct alignment with the Taurus energy of the Hierophant. So that's kind of beautiful. And then when I think of that Chariot underneath there, not only would there be an emotional response, a potential emotional healing, but also this kind of surgence of the Chariot to move this energy, to encourage you to move this energy forward. And if this is something that you already do, it's like it takes you to a whole other level. Okay. Now, what is the wrestling? What is the Five of Feathers for you? What is the mental conflict? What is this challenge? Is it an inability to articulate your needs and you find yourself verbally defending your choices? I would say it's time to let this go. It really is. Five of Feathers next to Sankalpa is pretty potent. And I would suggest that, and I'll talk about Sankalpa, I would suggest that the Sankalpa be built around perhaps this truth that you haven't been able to articulate. Releasing, letting go is amplified by the ability to speak your truth. And so it's really important that you can find safe space to begin to practice. I can see you sitting with the hummingbirds and practicing your Sankalpa, learning to find comfort and safety in nature, almost practicing in nature before you can take this to the human experience. The shaman of purification in general, it's a very yogic sort of concept. It's a cleansing, it's a releasing. And when I put all of this together, it feels like, yeah, this is a major healing for you. The shaman of purification brings cleansing and balm to the troubled spirit. Speaks kind of beautifully to that Five of Feathers just above. I journey through the mazes of life to discover those elements which, for whatever reason, may put blemishes upon your peace of mind. These I will help you to eliminate so that the path before you may be traveled peacefully and productively. Whenever you are hampered by regrets or griefs, I can help you come to terms with these and be free of them. So it's nice that, you have this spirit card here that really feels, hi Scott, welcome. This spirit card that feels, it's got your back. It's got your back this year. Now we are 7 months into this year. And so I'm sure that if this is your card of the year, you've really been feeling this energy. And if there has been any question regarding, don't know, maybe there was some sort of a shamanic, earth-centric circle that you were contemplating joining, or maybe there was a rather expensive training that was coming up this year connected to the earth element in your spirituality. Perhaps there was a major investment in the landscape somehow in your property. But this feels like investing in your earthy connections. Sankalpa. So I want to talk about that just a little bit. So Sankalpa is obviously a Sanskrit word. It can be simply translated as intention. But a Sankalpa is actually a practice, something that we grow with over time. And a Sankalpa is maybe chosen or developed, and it may evolve. The language may evolve as you practice it. The intention is to take the Sankalpa from the mundane to the highest frequency possible. So you may be focusing on something to do with, let's take weight loss. And the idea is to see, so with a Sankalpa, it's the idea is it is a short phrase spoken in the affirmative, and it's something that you feel with your heart. And so if I were working with somebody who had this intention, I would ask them to imagine how it would feel to be lighter. And we would have a discussion about what it is to be this version of yourself, rather than future thinking. We are very much in the present. A Sankalpa is best practiced as you are drifting into liminal space. So repeat it as you're going into meditation and you're coming out of meditation. I repeat my Sankalpa as I'm awakening in the morning, as I go to sleep at night. And it is part and parcel with Yoga Nidra practice. It's very much part of Yoga Nidra. Repeat it as you go in, repeat it as you come out, so that the seed of the Sankalpa gets implanted in your soul. And this is a pretty big card sitting here, and it's amazing, amazing practice. If you need help in developing one, I think I talked a little bit about in the last new moon workshop that I did. It's still on my store and my webpage. But it's certainly something that we could work on one-on-one. It's something definitely worth spending some time developing. So here in this reading, I would say that this is a big part of your journaling, getting clear on what it is that you are wrestling in your mind, that 5 of feathers there, letting go of the mental chatter, piercing through that mental chatter and being able to say what it is you need to say in a short and affirmative and supporting words connected to your growth through your earth-centric spirituality. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here. Just looking at my notes from December. Well, my notes I made now in reflection of the reading. You will be humbled by nature in every way, and nature may very well break you down. So perhaps and there we go again, deconstruction. So deconstruction is one of my new words for the 5s. You are deconstructed by nature so that you can rebuild and heal. Also, choosing silence. I think with all of these cards, I would say silence. Any sort of silence practices would be really useful as you're working through the energy this year. Okay? All right, I'm going to draw another card, and this is a card to work with over the next few weeks, month or so, expanding on this theme well into the year, over halfway through the year. May this message and the message of the additional card continue to support you. Okay, and please come back and let me know how you're doing. I always respond to comments, so at any time. This card is from Tarot of the Strange Branches, and it is for you. It is another 5, and it's the 5 of fire. So 2 5s. The 2 active 5s. 5 of fire, 5 of flames. And if you look at this particular image, it's almost like it's a reverse negative image. So instead of the keyhole with the black, we see the white skin going into the darkness. It's kind of eerie, eh? How this happens. It is, again, it looks solo. It looks like a solo journey. This is a very important experience, perhaps personally, something that you would, you wouldn't, I don't see you doing this with, as a family development or something you would be doing with your partner. This is your work. Your work, your inner work. Transformation through fire. This may also be lots of re's. Just list off some words of your relationship with your solar plexus chakra as well too, your Manipura chakra. So the solar plexus chakra is connected to our will, our self, sense of self. I wonder if this is something you have denied in yourself, and now you walk through this portal, walk through this keyhole, walk through fire. 5s are this place in the tarot where it's like it is the point of no return. It's the bridge. Going back feels like failure. Going ahead feels overwhelming, and so there's a real inner strength that is needed. This is a card of Leo season, which is kind of appropriate, moving into Leo season. It's the first card of Leo season, so also that's very much in alignment. I wish you all the best on this journey, and if there's any other way I can support you, please reach out. Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of this reading series, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Take good care. Namaste.